Hi there, welcome to another educational video documenting my Web3 expedition. In this video, we'll be talking about Lombard finance once again. This time, we'll be talking of a strategy you've never heard of. It's just coming about and aligns with Lombard's finance recent uh, announcement, which has to do with their vision of bringing LBTC on as many chains as possible. And if you didn't know, uh, Lombard Finance has incorporated the TAC chain, meaning that you now have access to LBTC and associated opportunities on TAC. Now, TAC is this. I've talked about TAC as well. What they are enabling is an infrastructure that allows for EVM applications to also exist on the TON network in the form of a Telegram mini application. Okay, so they've now added a portal to their website, which wasn't there before. It's under the tab Hybrid dApps, featuring the growing host of EVM applications that are now on the TON network, courtesy of TAC Build. And in this video, we're going to be looking at Euler Finance, considering that they are now on the TON network and have a Telegram mini app, and looking at what opportunity it presents for LBTC on the TON network. So let's keep it at that, as that for now and get started. So typically, you know what LBTC is, sorry, Lombard Finance is, as well as LBTC. It's a Bitcoin liquid staking platform that allows you to uh, have more use for your BTC. So you're able to bring your BTC over from the native Bitcoin chain or a centralized exchange onto Lombard Finance. You liquid stake it, and in turn, you get LBTC. Okay, now this LBTC is composable into different DeFi strategies. Of course, some of these strategies are now featured and now are on the Ton network. Okay, that's what our focus is in the course of this video. So, typical approach to getting LBTC is depositing your BTC here, liquid staking fashion. But we now know by now that you can as simply as purchase LBTC using your MetaMask. Okay, so for now, let me just add this network. It's our first time interacting with TAC. So you can do so also using Telegram, your MetaMask. But for the scope of this video, we'll be doing so using our Telegram application, including the wallet application right inside Telegram. So for now, let me just approve this. Okay, so hmm, now this is a bit complicated. Just a moment, because this is different. Tack on using tack out of, wow, interestingly, I have a balance. Oh, so it looks like the tag build, they deposited or airdropped two tag to every new wallet on the tag network. But the issue now is, yeah, so this will be a question for the team. How do you interact with the tag build network using your MetaMask? We are going to figure it out, but let's proceed. I don't know, I'm ill and unarticulate, so just bear with me, but we'll get somewhere. Okay, so you'll understand where I'm headed with this. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. So if you go to Tag Twitter, this is where we will start. Because by the way, Tag just came about, it's just 3 days old, so we're just gaining insights into its ecosystem, even within the course of this video. So we'll start on their Twitter to try to figure out what tools are available to get us started with interacting with TAC through Telegram. Okay, so scrolling down, you'll see here that there's a bridge that will allow you to move your funds over from EVM to TAC. One of it is called Interport Finance. So this is in the bridge category. Here you'll see Morpho Labs, another popular lending platform that we now know of, courtesy of my coverage of Lombard Finance that has opportunities involving LBTC. It now has a Telegram application. So let's open this. Okay, this is the Telegram application here. So I'm going to copy this and I'll just load it up here. Okay, so scrolling down, wow. Mm, so TAC, okay, no. So Kelp possibly also on TAC at the moment. There's Curve. Curve constitutes a DEX. Okay, so has a Telegram mini app as well. I'm going to copy this. It may come in handy. So copy link. Hmm, struggling. So I don't know. I always encounter that when recording screen and all that. Okay, so let's. Wow. Once again, scroll down. Okay, so this is the application of interest that I believe has LBTC already. So let's copy this as well. Okay, so let's start with these three. Let's look at this. So this is a DEX. Hmm. Wow, what's going on? Mm, let's start this. Okay, so this is Morpho Labs, a popular lending platform now on Telegram in the form of a Telegram mini application. And if we were to scroll down here, you see the type of APY as well available on Morpho Labs, specifically on TAC. It's very high. Okay, so if we were to scroll down, you will see that there is LBTC, and this is the Volt. Although here it shows 0% APY. So things are just getting started. I don't know, maybe that's why there is no APY shown here. But if I was to click here, you'll see that you have the ability of lending LBTC on Morpho Labs on the TAC network. It all comes with its own unique incentive. Generally, when you have LBTC, you also earn Lombard locks on Lombard Finance. So all that is required here is some LBTC, but on the TAC network and also a Telegram wallet. So we will get into that later on. Let's look at this. So this is assuming you have your funds already on the TAC network, then you will need to swap it for a token like LBTC. Interestingly, LBTC is not shown here. It's not on the list here. So maybe it will be added in the future. Here, it's not possible to, search for a token via contract address, interestingly. Okay, let's look at Euler. Apologies, I'm also learning in the course of this video. I don't edit my videos or pre-research. So the videos may turn out rough, but has its relevance. It's, showing you my own expeditions, getting started and all that. Okay. So if I were to connect wallet here, you'll be connecting with your Ton wallet, a wallet native to your Telegram. Okay, so that will be my option here. Of course, there are other types of Ton wallets. You can also access Ton wallet as we saw earlier with your MetaMask or BitGet. There are a lot of options here. Okay, but for this one, I'm going to use Telegram. Changes that you made may not be saved. Okay, so Euler wants to connect. This is my Telegram wallet. Connect. Okay, so wow, the APY is extremely high. If I were to supply ton on the TAC network, the APY will, as collateral, the APY is as high as 64%, extremely high. Now, I don't know the breakdown of this APY if it has also TAC incentive. So let's check here. Okay, so a large bulk of the incentive is coming from the TAC token, and this is for a limited time, July 24th, meaning that you'll be earning TAC based on lending out ton, so that's a good starting point, for those who are just getting started. You'll also be earning the Yule token. Again, this campaign is running till 24th, 24th. But let's see what prospect there is if we're to deposit um LBTC. So scroll up. Okay, so this is TS ton. I don't know what that is. Wrapped ETH 4%. Okay, so this is LBTC. Interestingly, the TVL is growing. This is 1.2 million for, this is just 3 days old. And that's really lucrative on LBTC. You wouldn't get that on your LBTC anywhere. Traditionally, maybe you'll get 4%, less than 4%, but there is tax incentive here, I believe. So the large bulk of the incentive here is TAC. Wow, this is running till July 24th. Once again, so for a limited time. Interesting. So how do you take advantage of this? That's the question. Now, you need LBTC on the Ton chain to be able to take advantage of this, on the TAC network to be able to take advantage of it. So uh, now that's where we'll have a bit of struggle. So let's try to resolve that. Now, one way of doing so that for now is uh disconnecting here and choosing other options when connecting to this application. Okay, so if we expand this, so I don't know if there is MetaMask option here. Interestingly, there is no MetaMask option. So, you may want to use your OKX, which has your OKX or your BitGet wallet. If you are using MetaMask, it means that you will need to import your MetaMask wallet into any of these wallets here that are obtainable. Okay, because we don't have the option for MetaMask, so I won't even be able to show you, you know, the process. Now, why do I say that we need, you know, an EVM wallet for this? Is because the bridge that I've found so far doesn't offer the option of connecting using Telegram, your Telegram wallet. So Lombard Finance has that bridge, and it only has one path, which is Ethereum to TAC. Okay, so meaning that you will need to purchase your LBTC on Ethereum and then use this bridge to move it over to TAC. But in the course of connecting here, you don't have the option of connecting with the Ton wallet. So let's say that I want to Please bear with me. This is going to be a disorderly video. So what I mean is, assuming I wanted to connect here on the EVM side, I don't have the option of connecting with my Ton wallet. So you have BitGet, Now if I were to choose wallet connect, let's see. Okay. So wallet connect offers you, let's see if there's anything related to Ton here. Can't even type. Mm, Okay, so I don't think there is ton. The ability to connect to this bridge portal using your ton wallet. Okay. Now another bridge option is Stargate, but Stargate as well, same, you'd encounter the same issue. And Stargate, I don't believe it has provision for, let's see, for LBTC yet, although it has incorporated the TAC network. Okay. So you see what the options available in terms of tokens that you can bridge over to the TAC network. You have all this. There is no LBTC shown on the list. Although if I have LBTC, who knows, it may show up, but I doubt it. Okay. So let's say that our source chain is base, for example, and we want to, so let's choose base as our source chain. Destination chain, you may not be able to choose TAC. Okay, so you cannot choose TAC at the moment. The only route is through Ethereum, which is understandable. So let's see. Sorry, TAC. Okay, it's not even available at the moment. I don't know why. Mm, Likely because of the token selection. Let's see. So this is source chain. Mm, let's see. Wrapped ETH. Okay, so this is the only way to bridge. You need similar token on the destination chain as on ETH, as on Ethereum. So you can only bridge any token shown here, similar token. Um, Apologies, just a moment. So, um, okay. So USR, you may be able to bridge USR to TAC. Okay, so you can also bridge USR to TAC on the from the Ethereum chain. So basically, any token that is available, any of these tokens, TAC, wrapped ETH, CBBTC. So if you have CBBTC on ETH, you'll be able to bridge it. Wrapped ST ETH. This is from Lido, I think. Then USR. If you have USR from Resolve, you'll be able to bridge it. So for now, it's only the token lists shown here, including TAC. So if you have TAC on some other chain, for example, BNB, you'll be able to bridge it over. Uh, so for now, this is limited. You can only bridge TAC. Uh, tag being the gas token that you will need to spend during transactions. I also think you would need some ton if you are using a ton wallet, which will end up spending tag at the back end. But if you are using an EVM chain, I believe you will need tag for fees. Hmm. So how do we go about this now? That's the issue. So the only way to go about this, based on all the options available, because I checked Interport, it doesn't have. They've not yet. There has been an announcement, but they've not yet incorporated TAC. So the only way to approach this, is via the DApp itself, then choosing the TAC network and connecting with your MetaMask. So that is for MetaMask users. You will need to change to TAC here, okay? And then you can connect with your MetaMask. So assuming I'm disconnected here, if I were to connect with my MetaMask, okay, so like this. And of course, let's see if LBTC is here. So this is LBTC. Although on the web application, I don't know why it's not. Okay, it's showing it's 10% APY. So this is the only option that we have. This will then allow you to use the Lombard Finance bridge. Okay, so for this strategy now, you would need to get your LBTC. So you see, when you set up your wallet for the first time, 2 TAC will be deposited for a fee. So you can now use Lombard Bridge, meaning that you will swap on MetaMask to get yourself some LBTC on the Ethereum chain. Very disorderly video, but so once you have LBTC here, you can bridge it using this bridge. This is the only bridge option you have when it comes to LBTC at the moment. If it's another address that you are sending to, you can toggle this and paste the other address here. So when your LBTC arrives on the TAC network, you would find the balance, you'd find it show up here. And then you'll be able to deposit it as collateral here for 10% APY. Much of the APY is going to be paid out in TAC. So the aim of this video is just to give you a gist on how to approach this. The ecosystem is going to evolve in the coming days with all the tools available to simplify this process. I just was excited about showing you the mini app and the ability to interact with these opportunities directly in your Telegram, but it turned out a bit more complicated than I expected because we're focusing on LBTC and there is no DEX that allows you. We tried Curve Finance, that allows you to swap LBTC at the moment. So this is the only DEX available at the moment. Then the bridge option, using Stargate, you cannot bridge LBTC at the moment. It's not listed. And so we have to end up with using the EVM option, still on the TAC network, but connecting with your EVM wallet or any EVM related, yes, with your EVM wallet. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. We also know how to get TAC onto the TAC network, assuming, but I think you will get a deposit when you set up your TAC network for the first time. But if you don't have that option, then you can use Stargate, meaning that you would need to, not only Stargate, you can also, let's not go into the centralized exchange option because I've not been there yet. So I don't really know if the tag available on the centralized exchanges is of the TAC variant, or if it's, of some other EVM chain. So I'm not very sure yet until I go to a centralized exchange. So you see, you have TAC on the Binance Smart Chain as well. You have it on the Ton network. So you may need to go to specific centralized exchanges to see what network they have available. This is interesting. This is looking like a DEX inside of Telegram. So let's explore this option. So I believe this will allow you to buy, you know, TAC with your ton right within Telegram. So let's see. Okay, so likely this is correct. So you want to do like this to see the contract address 7E. It's a new ecosystem, so you need to be wary. So that is the correct one. So this is a swapper, which I didn't know of before. I've not interacted with, so you can't find LBTC here. So if you were to buy TAC directly inside your Ton wallet, you would use this. Okay. You'd fund your wallet with Ton Connect. So you can connect to this application with your Telegram, fund your Telegram with Ton, and then um, you can swap to TAC. So after this, we'll conclude the video. Okay, so you can see you can swap for TAC. Wow, I do have some TAC even. Okay, so let's see if I were to swap for Ton. Okay, the slippage is not very, it's high impact, so I don't know why that is. Let's see some other token. So this is better. Wow. Okay, interesting find bringing us to the end of this video. To conclude with this video, visit airdropc.com and submit your email to subscribe to airdrop reminders. I'm working on 100 solid airdrop prospects. Each will have its own publication tutorial coming soonest to subscribers. So submit your email here. Contact me using this contact form, this Telegram, and this Twitter. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials. Stay awesome, take action.